Over 60? Stop walking. Do this instead. Your body will thank you. Everywhere you turn, someone's telling you to just walk more. Doctors, blogs, fitness gurus, they all swear it's the secret to aging well. And maybe for a while, you believed it too. You made it a habit. You showed up day after day, doing laps around the block, steps on the treadmill, loops in the park. But here's the question no one ever asks. Why does your body still feel like it's falling behind? You finish your walk, and instead of feeling recharged, your legs feel heavy. Your ankles are swollen, your back feels tight, and somewhere deep inside, there's a quiet frustration. Like you're doing all the right things, but your body isn't keeping up its end of the deal. That fatigue? That subtle loss of control? That's not just age creeping in. That's a system in your body waving a white flag. A system no one ever taught you how to train. Let me tell you something most people will never hear from their doctor. After 60, your body doesn't just need more movement. It needs smarter movement. And buried deep in your lower legs is a muscle so vital to your stability, energy, and circulation, scientists have started calling it your second heart. No exaggeration. This one muscle can be the difference between fluid, confident movement and that wobbly, unsure feeling that makes you second-guess every step. And here's the twist. Walking barely touches it. That's right. The one thing you've been told to do for health and longevity? It barely taps the muscle that's most responsible for your stability. That's why today, I'm not going to give you a new routine to add to your list. I'm going to give you something to swap in, just one focused shift, one that targets the right system, the right way, at the right stage of life. These aren't big, fancy exercises. You don't need a gym membership. You don't need to break a sweat. What you need is to send a clear, intentional signal to your nervous system. This muscle still matters. Wake up. Support me. That's what today is about. And once we flip that switch, everything changes. From your balance, to your energy, to how confidently you walk into a room. Think about it. When was the last time you felt truly connected to your body? Not just moving through the day, but moving with power. Grounded, steady, strong. Most people think they've lost that forever. But I'm here to show you, it's not gone. It's just asleep. And with 3 simple, low-impact movements you can do right at home, we're going to bring it back to life. One intentional rep at a time. So if you're tired of doing all the right things and still feeling like something's missing, this is where we fix that. And if you stick with me until the end, you won't just learn what to do. You'll understand why it works and how to finally make your body work with you, not against you. If this is already hitting close to home, hit that subscribe button, because what's coming next might just change the way you train forever. Now, let's wake up your second heart. Seated heel raise. Wake up the second heart. Let's start with the movement that seems small, but quietly rewires everything. Most people think real change only comes from intensity, from sweating, pushing, grinding. But when it comes to aging with power, the truth is almost the opposite. Longevity isn't built through punishment. It's built through precision. And the first precision tool we're going to use? A seated heel raise. Done intentionally, done correctly, done with purpose. This is where you begin to wake up the muscle that's been sleeping for too long. It's called the Soleus, and it lives deep beneath your calf. Most people have never even heard of it, but it plays a starring role in everything from blood circulation to posture to long-term balance. And here's the key. Traditional walking only activates it at a surface level. That's like knocking on a door without ever opening it. The heel raise? That's you walking in. Now, imagine this. You're sitting in a sturdy chair, feet flat on the ground, posture tall. You slowly raise your heels, feeling that squeeze deep in the back of your lower legs. At first, it might not feel like much, but that squeeze is a signal. It's telling your brain, I'm still here, use me. With every controlled repetition, you're reactivating a forgotten circuit, one that improves blood flow, reduces swelling, and builds internal strength from the bottom up. It doesn't stop there. As your circulation improves, people often report less leg heaviness by midday. They feel a new sense of connection to the floor when walking, like their feet are finally talking to their brain again. This isn't coincidence. It's neuromuscular re-education. You're training your nervous system to remember how to move efficiently. And the beauty of starting seated is that there's no risk, no instability, just focus and feedback. Some people might overlook this exercise because it doesn't look intense. But that's a mistake. The biggest transformations often come from the quietest movements, especially when they target systems no one else is training. This is your internal engine, your blood pump, your anchor. And once it's awake, the rest of your body starts to follow. This is also where the first wave of confidence comes in. The first time you feel that squeeze, that subtle burn, that little reminder that you're in control, it changes something. Not just physically, mentally. You stop seeing your body as something you're losing and start seeing it as something you can guide, influence, rebuild. And that shift? That's how transformation starts. But there's a detail no one told you about yet. And that's where most people fall short. Standing calf raise. From gravity to power. Now that your second heart is awake, it's time to take that new spark and put it to the test. On your feet, against gravity, in the exact position where most people start to feel unsure. Because let's be honest, after 60, standing up from a chair isn't just standing up anymore. It's a moment filled with micro-decisions. You catch yourself checking your balance. You hesitate before moving forward. Maybe you even reach for the wall. Not because you want to, but because your body doesn't feel fully on your side anymore. That moment of hesitation, it's not weakness. It's a warning. It's your body saying, hey, I don't trust myself right now. And that's exactly what we're here to change. This next movement, the standing calf raise, isn't about building big calves or burning calories. It's about rebuilding the relationship between your body and the ground, between your legs and your brain, between your nervous system and your sense of control. The movement itself is simple. You stand tall, feet hip-width apart, hands lightly resting on a sturdy surface. You slowly raise your heels and then lower them with control. But inside that basic movement is a storm of activity. You're activating not just the soleus again, but also its surface partner, the gastrocnemius, plus all the stabilizers around your ankles, knees, and hips. It's like rebooting a forgotten operating system that your body desperately needs running smoothly. And the magic isn't just muscular, it's neurological. Every time you lift and lower your heels with precision, you're training your proprioception, your body's ability to sense itself in space. That's what gives you balance. That's what prevents falls. That's what lets you walk across a room without thinking, turn quickly, reach high, or step sideways without panic. This simple movement is what teaches your body to trust itself again. The more you practice it, the more automatic that trust becomes. You stop overthinking each step. You start feeling more stable in unpredictable moments. Stepping into the shower, walking through grass, turning quickly in the kitchen. And with that physical security comes something even more important: mental freedom. The quiet confidence that you're in control again, that you can rely on your body, not second-guess it. For years, you may have told yourself, "I'm just not as steady as I used to be." But the truth is, steadiness isn't something that vanishes overnight. It fades when we stop training it directly, and it returns the moment we do. That's what this movement delivers. Not just strength, but structure. Not just exercise, but the experience of feeling stable under your own weight. And the results compound. Better circulation, less swelling in the feet, more energy at the end of the day, and a brand new sense of control when you move through the world. It's like your body finally says back, "I've got you." But we're not done yet, because the real upgrade, that comes when we go even deeper. Bent knee calf raise. Unlock the deep engine. This is where everything changes. Up until now, we've been building your foundation, waking up your second heart, reconnecting brain and body, restoring control through deliberate, ground-based strength. But now, we go deeper. Because true balance, the kind that keeps you upright when life throws you off, doesn't come from your big muscles. It comes from the quiet ones, the ones nobody trains, the ones that only respond to a very specific kind of movement. Enter the bent knee calf raise. At first glance, it looks like a simple variation. You bend your knee slightly. You raise your heel while balancing on one foot. But don't let the simplicity fool you. This one tweak shifts the entire load from your outer calf muscle to the soleus, the deep postural engine that decides whether you stay standing or start falling. See, most people rely on their outer calf, the gastrocnemius, to do all the work. It's the one you see in the mirror, the one built for speed, jumping, short bursts. But when the knee bends, that muscle relaxes, and the deeper soleus takes over. And that's exactly what we want. Because the soleus isn't about power. It's about endurance, control, microstability. It's the muscle that holds you upright without you even realizing it. Here's the truth no one tells you. Falls rarely happen during big movements. They happen in the small ones. Shifting your weight to grab something from the floor. Balancing on one leg to tie your shoe. Stepping backward without looking. And if your deep balance system isn't awake and online, that's when accidents happen. Fast, unpredictable, and sometimes life-changing. But with this movement, you're retraining your nervous system to respond in those exact moments. You're not just building strength, you're restoring predictability in your movement. You're creating a new standard for how your body reacts when it's off balance, off center, under pressure. And once that system is online, everything gets easier. You don't have to think about staying upright anymore. Your body just does it for you. At first, you might feel unsteady. That's part of the process. Stability isn't built in your comfort zone. But with each rep, slow, controlled, intentional, you're rewriting how your legs, ankles, knees, and hips work together. You're layering strength with intelligence. You're moving from raw muscle to smart strength. The kind that doesn't get tired halfway through the day. The kind that lasts, and maybe most powerful of all. You'll feel a sense of quiet control return. That feeling of, "I've got this." Not just while exercising, but in everyday life. Walking in crowded spaces, standing for longer periods, reaching or reacting without second-guessing your body. Because when your foundation is stable, everything else becomes easier, more fluid, more relaxed, more confident. And what happens when you combine all three of these movements? That's what we'll wrap up with next. You just reclaimed something powerful. Let's pause for a second. Not just to reflect, but to recognize what actually happened here. You didn't just follow a workout. You didn't just do 3 exercises. You did something most people your age never even get the chance to do. You reactivated a hidden part of your body that quietly controls how you move through life. You woke up your second heart, that deep, often forgotten muscle called the soleus. And by doing that, you've done more than just boost circulation or improve balance. You've taken the first step toward reclaiming trust in your body. That matters. Because when your body feels solid underneath you, your mindset shifts too. You walk with more certainty. You stand taller. You stop living in defense and start moving with quiet confidence. And maybe for the first time in a long time, you feel like you're not just managing your body. You're leading it, directing it, training it with purpose, not fear. That's not just a win for your legs. That's a win for your independence, your energy, your future. You didn't need hours in a gym. You didn't need to crush reps or break a sweat. You needed smart, targeted activation. And you did it. That's what real strength looks like after 60. Not just pushing harder, but choosing better, moving with wisdom, building strength that lasts. So now I want to ask you, what's the one thing you're changing in your training after this? Drop it in the comments. Let's keep this conversation real, grounded, and growing. If this video gave you at least one aha moment, drop a like, hit subscribe, and let's keep building this together. You're not losing power. You're learning how to use it differently. Stay steady, stay strong, and above all, keep moving forward.